Still got a long way to go with these level two variations. Uh, Blanka coming together. I think I could hit Grandmaster. I was just having fun labbing today. I'm still learning a lot, specifically about like I spent a lot of time today working on the various level two setups, especially like the mid screen level two setups, like pushing them to the corner, um, and what to do after the electric beast. I think it's called right here because that's a. I feel like this is it's like a knowledge check. So you minus three. Minus three, but you got a throw range. And you could only get hit by one light. I haven't tested against all characters, but every character I've tested it against, they only get one light jab after this. You know, whether that's a four frame or a five frame, it's only been one, and then they have to go to mediums. So, you know, this is this is a chance to get information on what the opponent wants to do. I think I talked about that before. So when I do this, what are they going to do? Are they going to try to take their turn back? You know, maybe I'm a block first, and then if they show me that they're going to press every time, I'm looking to perfect parry that. Um, Not going to really look at reversal, and then obviously there's counterplay after that. Like a better player will see that we're trying to perfect parry, and then they'll probably walk up and throw. So now we got a mind game just off of the beast. You know what I find most frustrating is what I've been labbing, which is like the walk back after. Like they people tend to just walk back and reset neutral, and then try to approach and take a turn that way. Um, it's definitely a more safe option. It's just for me, I get annoyed with that play style. That's something that I'm working on in terms of the mental, and I'm working on that by trying, figuring out counterplay to, like how can I stop them from walking back. But that's typically what you're gonna see. You're gonna see walk back, take a turn, maybe jump, neutral jump, forward jump, maybe back jump. I haven't seen too many people back jump because I'm not in throw range, so they really have no reason to back jump. Um, you know, and it's like so. This is just like an opportunity though to really get information on what type of player they are. Are they brain dead, pressing the button every time they have a chance? Are they thinking about it? And sometimes, rotating their options. Like sometimes they press a button, sometimes they walk forward throw, sometimes they try to cross up. Sometimes, depending on the character, like if it's Jamie, maybe they might jump dive kick, and do instant dive kick. It depends. Some characters, like we'll just say like Manon, in this position, they might go for a command grab, like Manon or Geef or something like that. Um, so it's character specific as well as player specific. You have to know the options the character has, so you know what you're looking for in terms of trying to figure out what the player wants to do. Your opponent, I should say. So I just been studying this for like the past 2 days. It seems kind of like simple, but if you have a good understanding on what your options are in this situation, like I've been playing, it's just been Battle Hub, but like people will lose this situation 10 times in a row because they're not paying attention to what they're doing. They'll just every single time they block. This is just an example. They'll just press, they'll match their life on, and not even paying attention to the fact that I'm trying to go for perfect parry. You know, and I done stole like 5, 6 turns because they just pressed the button. So pay attention to what you do, in various situations, and think about how this applies to your character. Because this is a -3 situation. I think a lot of people pay attention to the plus frames, but not situations where they're safe on block. And I think those are important too, because technically, I am safe on block. You can't punish me, but it is not my turn anymore. So um, I've been digging into that more, and it's opening my eyes to like stuff that I was doing with other characters as well. Like, what are situations I was doing, where other characters are safe on block? They may not be plus, but they can't be punished. What's the spacing look like after that? Because it means something. You know, they can't do everything. Like you can't match jab. You're not gonna get a double jab combo. You only get one jab. So, to my knowledge, I don't know a character that naturally combos like the medium punch. You know what I'm saying? So unless I'm mashing here after this particular situation, the worst that could happen is I get hit with, one life. If for whatever reason I just hold down, but not hold down and back, that's not even practical for real. So I think the biggest threat for me, um, just talking out loud, thinking out loud, I should say, is like crouching medium kick. Like I'm looking to walk back after that. Oops. And I get clipped with crouching medium kick. And that's crouching medium kick drive rush. So I can't just walk back. Or I mean I can't sometimes I gotta in terms of my options, I can still go for like a perfect parry, you know what I'm saying? But from here, crouch a medium kick drive rush. Now you deal with them options. So you start talking about your defensive options because now I'm on defense. What's my option here? You know, are they doing something that's real that I can't reversal? Are they, going to tick throw or button throw where I need to delay tech? Um, you know, what type of offense are they attempting to run right here? So, you can see kind of like how I'm building out my strategy based off of one thing. Just I'm in neutral and boom, what we gonna do? You know, what information am I getting? Oh, first time I did it, he did crouch a medium kick drive rush. He burnt meter. I haven't burnt meter. The only meter I lost was blocking. Maybe he went for throw. What's the Oki look like for Jamie after throw? Well, he went for drink, so he doesn't have any more Oki. Cool, we back to neutral. I got a little bit more meter. I know last time I did this, went for crouch a medium kick drive rush. Maybe next time I drive reverse it. You know, now we starting to play a game. Um, so that's kind of how I've been thinking about it. I'm looking forward to taking the next step and developing Blanka more, developing Chun-Li more, just overall getting better at the game. Right now, I'm kind of at a spot where once I spend some time, I could get a character high master pretty easy. I'm starting to see, all right, I can get a character to grandmaster after doing some labbing and playing some matches and learning these matchups, like the matchup specific stuff. Not everything, um, but like that big part of that is like the neutral, the normals, how I get offense started. Because if you don't know how to get your offense going, you spend a lot of time guessing, trying to reversal, and waiting for them to make mistakes. You want to kind of put them in positions where they have to anticipate what you're trying to do. You want to put the mental stack on them, like Uh, but yeah, I'm learning. I'm having fun. I think Street Fighter is a fun game, and I'm excited to see what comes next because I want to do tournaments and I want to win tournaments and show that me, a normal person, you know, I ain't nobody special. I ain't been playing game, Street Fighter for 30 years. I don't got no sponsors or shit like that. I'm a family man. I got 2 kids, 2 dogs, wife. But I can learn these games too, and you can too. That's the journey that we on. Stay tuned. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Greg B signing out. Peace.